Absolutely. Thank you so much, Jeff, and good afternoon or morning, everyone. And thank you for allowing me to share. Um, I am a traditional business owner. I own a bookkeeping and business consulting firm and have for over 19 years now. And I actually grew up in an entrepreneurial home. So my dad always had businesses going. And because of that, I saw the struggles, of business owners, right? And I saw the ways that they were trying to maybe draw, in employees, retain employees, and some of that comes through benefits. And so when I saw this opportunity and was considering becoming a referral partner, impact is something that drew me to this because of what I already do. I deal with business owners on a daily basis, and I saw a way to be able to bring an option for them as a benefit to offer their employees, but also for the self-employed individuals that I work with that were opting out of insurance because they just couldn't afford it. And I saw a way to just help my clients lower their expenses if they were already potentially offering something for their employees. They were able to get quotes from Impact and be able to offer that to their employees and save them and be able to give them something, in my opinion, that is actually of more value and to help their families be able to afford and have something of quality. And it was a way to increase revenue, obviously, with my clients. And what business owner doesn't want to increase their revenue and decrease their expenses? And Impact was a great solution for that. Just a couple of examples for that. I have one client who was paying $1,150 a month for his family, healthy family, and he had a higher deductible. And he now has transitioned over to Impact Health Share, and they're paying $625 a month and paying that $2,500 annual deductible. And he's had major surgeries and stuff since then, and Impact has been there to support him. And what a blessing, because during that time in between, he was considering dropping his health insurance. And what if he had? He would have had all of those medical bills now on his plate and probably paying them for years and years to come, but not with Impact. So that is just great. He's saving over $6,300 a year. I have another client who was getting quotes, and his quote for just he and his wife was going to be $1,500 a month with a high deductible. And he reached out to me and he's like, I know you're doing something. Can you give me more info? I gave him a quote. He's paying $523 or something like that a month for he and his wife. And they've been able to put that to use. And, he didn't have that coverage, and now he does. He has that peace of mind. And that's a big focus with me. When I'm looking at what my clients are doing, I review their financials. I look for ways to help them save. And health insurance is such a big factor in that. So Impact has been a great option for me to be able to refer my clients to and just, extend that option to them. Personally, it's been incredible for me also. Again, business owner, right? My husband just retired last year, and he had worked a 36 and a half year career in law enforcement. And it was going to cost us over $2,400 a month for me to stay on his health insurance that I've been on for 35 years. And, but they were going to charge a higher price that we were going to have to pick up because he was no longer going to be their employee. So we had started looking for other options in anticipation of his retirement. And I was looking at, marketplace and all of those things. I'm a healthy individual, and I was coming back with, $15,000 deductibles just to have it be affordable for me to pick up something. With Impact, I am paying $288 a month. I have a $2,500 PRA, and it has just been a huge blessing. I've been on it for 2 years. I actually jumped off my husband's insurance before he retired because it saved money for us even then. And I am so grateful that I did, because just a couple months ago, I ended up having a severe gallbladder attack and had to have emergency surgery. Those bills are coming in, and Impact has just been right by my side the entire time. And they're price negotiating just one of my bills, because I can see it on that portal that Jeff just shared with you. One one of my bills just for my anesthesia alone was $1,650, and they price negotiated it down to $228. That's an 87% reduction. So it just so grateful. In addition to that, I said I was a healthy individual, but I have had some cold and, head cold things going on recently. And I had a double ear infection last week. And on Monday, I put my telehealth to work for me. I just logged onto the portal, just put a couple pieces of information in, took me about 3 minutes. I got a phone call back from the doctor and within an hour. And she just went over a couple things, asked me a few more questions, prescribed me medication. My husband went and picked it up for me. They had all of my pharmacy info in there already. And he took my card, showed it to them. They processed it. And my $82 medication was $0. And my bill obviously was $0 because it's free 24/7 telehealth. So yesterday I was still having a few issues, called telehealth again, talked to another doctor. They looked at the chart of what I had called in last week, prescribed a few other medications. My husband went back to the pharmacy for me because he's a great guy. And the total of medications the last week have been $179. And I have paid $0 because of the partnership that we have with the prescriptions and zero cost for both of those phone calls. That's incredible because if I had gone to my PCP, it would have been $250 to walk through that door. If I had gone to urgent care, we know that's costly. So $0, I'm on my way to being feeling better, and impact is honestly the reason for it all. And it's just natural for me to go and share this with people on a personal level, but also what I see it doing for so many families and business owners out there. So thank you, Jeff and Melissa, for allowing me to share here today. And I'll turn it back over to you, Jeff.